Like that.
All your desires. Whatever you want, Krishna will fulfill. So we have to be very careful what we desire, isn't it? Yeah, because our mind tends to desire things which we afterwards regret. Like Dhruva Maharaj. Everyone knows Dhruva Maharaj? Everyone knows the story of Dhruva Maharaj? Dhruva? What did he want? He has some specific desire. What was his desire? Huh? He wanted a kingdom, yes. But what kind of kingdom? Yeah, he wanted the greatest kingdom possible. The greatest kingdom possible he wanted. And then he worshipped Krishna, actually Vishnu. How did he worship Vishnu? What was he doing? Huh? Tapasya, and the specific what kind of tapasya was he doing? What was he doing? Fasting, yes, he was fasting. And yes, he was chanting. He was chanting a mantra. Which mantra? I said it before. Yes, this is the mantra he chanted for a long time. And this mantra was so powerful that Vishnu appeared in front of him. Who of you is chanting regularly the Hare Krishna mantra? Everyone. Good. Imagine you chant on a good day and Krishna is appearing in front of you. Smiling, lotus face, this bluish, darkish complexion, his turban. As he's described, you see him personally. This is what Dhruva Maharaj achieved in pure chanting of the mantra. He had darshan of the Lord, of Vishnu. And then Vishnu said, yeah, I know why you worship me. I know why you were calling me. Because he was calling. Please come, please help me. I have a desire, I need something. Hare Krishna, I need something. Shaisachi appeared. I called and he's here. Yeah, I need something, I need your help. He was so attached to this desire. He prayed like anything to get this. Yeah? So sometimes we might be attached to something and we really, really, really want this. We cannot get it out of the mind. Sometimes it's like this. And even though actually it's stupid. I fell for it. But now I want it. I want it so bad. And he wanted it so bad that he called for Krishna like anything. And then Krishna appears and yeah, okay, I will give you what you wanted. And as Mataji said, he wanted to have the biggest kingdom. He wanted to have a huge kingdom, which was impossible to get at the time. Thank you. Yeah, it was impossible to get. So he turned to the Lord to get a huge kingdom. Who wants a huge kingdom? I don't know. Maybe he wants a huge kingdom. Yeah, but he wanted it. And then the Lord appears. I know what you want. No problem. No problem. You will get it. And what was Dhruva saying? Thank you. Finally, I get it. Now, what was he saying? I don't want it anymore. How you don't want it? He worked in like months. I don't know, like 6 months or something. He was doing heavy austerities, chanting. He was actually worship a deity also. He was instructed by Narada Muni, the greatest ascetic, how to reach this goal. 6 months, most heavy austerities. In the end, he was not even breathing. It was intense. So, and then through 6 months, you were like focused on this desire and now you don't want it anymore? And what was he saying? Yeah, I desired, actually, now I realize, as I see you, I desired like glass, broken glass. And I achieved like diamonds. Who would be interested in broken glass if he can have a diamond? If I like it, broken glass, like a beer bottle from the Oktoberfest or something. Of course, it's expensive there. 26 euros a mass, there's something. Or a diamond. Of course, you choose the diamond. This is like obvious. And in the darshan, when he had the darshan of the Lord, it was obvious that even the biggest kingdom, the biggest kingdom possible, where you sit on a huge throne, in a huge palace, in front of the ministers and armies and weapons and money and everything, you just do like this, and everyone is bowing down to you, running after you, fulfilling your desires. Quite tempting, right? And you are powerful. Yeah. So even that was like insignificant when he had the darshan of the Lord. I said, I don't want it anymore. I achieved that what is really achievable, what is really desirable. Right? So this is the possibility of chanting the Lord's holy name. And I started, now I have to kind of focus a bit. I was now driving 2 hours, and when you drive so long, your mind is kind of everywhere, like the vata increasing. I was once traveling back from India directly on the Vyasasan to give Govardhan lecture, and I completely forgot what is actually occasion, what is the lila, like it was kind of gone, And Prabhu, help me out. What is it, Govardhan? Okay, but what I had to recollect, It's just weird. So, yeah, I quoted this verse where Krishna is fulfilling all desires, yes, and we have to be careful what we desire, actually. And this verse is saying this: as you surrender unto me, I will reward you accordingly. Yeah, and Prabhupada will explain in this purport. Let's see what he says. So everyone is searching for Krishna in the different aspects of his manifestations. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is partially realized in his impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence and as the all-pervading supersoul dwelling within everything, including the particles of atoms. But Krishna is fully realized only by his pure devotees. So Prabhupada starts off explaining these three aspects of Krishna, which are for different worshippers relevant. And sometimes we have this discussion: what is the supreme, the impersonal? So many are thinking the Lord or God or whatever it is something impersonal, void, or like in the Buddhism, it's like the nirvana, it's the abstract nothingness, and they have their ways to reach that. And some want to be one with the oneness, and sometimes we negate it and say, no, this is nonsense, only Krishna and only personal relationship. But Krishna is actually not so closed. He says, yeah, sure, if I want to have something impersonal, it's there, you can have it, no problem. Yeah. Why are these aspects there? Somehow or other we might not understand how can you, but some have this relationship to Krishna in that way. There are so many religions with their acharyas who have different realizations of God, and they communicate that. And they are very often very saintly also. Very saintly also. Prabhupada sometimes even gives some respect to Mayavadis at some certain points. Like Shankaracharya, Prabhupada was actually giving lots of respect to Shankaracharya. Of course, he knew he's Shiva, but there are so many, like there's so much holiness in religions. And of course, some religions are kind of more advanced in their theology and maybe practice and all that. Some less, but in all of them, there is some Krishna aspect there. So Prabhupada says everyone is searching for Krishna. And there are real miracles in religions. So Krishna is actually very liberal in that sense. But at the same time, as we know that, we should not become bewildered and think now everything is fine, everything is good. We got a great gift now through our parampara to get a very, very special aspect of the absolute truth. And in that sense, the highest, because it offers the highest experience, the highest spiritual experience, which is actually the love between Radha and Krishna. This is like the highest. This is God's personal romantic interest, which is a great, great secret. Of course, like everyone, many of you might be married. Yeah, you have your romance at home, and you will not, some do, share it on Facebook. Sometimes people are so, I think, I'm not interested in that. Why are you writing about your feelings for your wife on Facebook? I think nowadays everything has to be completely transparent. And they make their whole drama on Facebook for the whole world. Like, man, keep it private. I don't know what's going on. I wouldn't do that. No? Be careful, actually, what you share online. Actually, a couple of days ago, Someone made a little video in Simhachalam from the children with some nice music, and my son was also there. And I will get this down. I don't want it. I don't want someone filming my son, put it online. Even an innocent movie for devotees. The world is too crazy. Private things should stay private. So, but Krishna is very liberal. Yeah, so that's what I want to say, that the romance between Radha and Krishna, which is very private, it's a great secret. And we are initiated in this knowledge. This is a big, big privilege. Such a privilege to know about Radha Krishna. In the form also of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is a great secret. So we should respect all religions and all revelations of God, but we know where our heart is. This is actually very important. Respect for all traditions and aspects, but you know where you. It's not that you lose yourself then in all that and suddenly become a Catholic or something, or a Mayavadi or a Muslim or something. Sometimes it happens actually. That you and I think, well, what's happened with this devotee? Why is he now a Muslim? Or why is he now in some sometimes very weird guru cult thing? Anyway, but Krishna is fully realized only by his pure devotees. Consequently, Krishna is the object of everyone's realization, and thus anyone and everyone is satisfied according to one's desire to have him. In the transcendental world also, Krishna reciprocates with his pure devotees in the transcendental attitude, just as the devotee wants him. One devotee may want Krishna as supreme master, another as his personal friend, another as his son, and still another as his lover. Krishna rewards all the devotees equally according to their different intensities of love for him. Okay, so Prabhupada speaks here about the possibility of having a personal relationship with Krishna, and Prabhupada gives here a list of different options which are very central to our Gaudiya Vaishnava practice. So, and this is only possible in Goloka Vrindavan. Goloka Vrindavan is the desired goal of a sincere practitioner of Bhakti Yoga. Right? In the beginning, we were just happy that we know about God and that God is Krishna, and we appreciate, but with time, there should be a stronger desire to really become a devotee of the Lord, actually in Goloka Vrindavan. Because as I said here, that what you desire, Krishna will reward it. And you can see this in advanced devotees, they are really, really, enthusiastic to become devotee, to finally serve the Lord in Goloka Vrindavan. Yeah. And they have strong attachment to Krishna Vrindavan and to all the devotees in Vrindavan. That goes together. It's not just attachment to Krishna, it's also attachment to Vrindavan, to everything in Vrindavan and to these great devotees. And they have great love for them. And Srila Prabhupada explains in the beginning of the Krishna book, which is a book we all know and read and even distribute on the street, right? Meaning to like people have no clue about spiritual life whatsoever. They get Krishna book, yeah. And there Prabhupada writes on the first pages in the introduction, in the foreword, he says, this book, by reading this book, this only book, Krishna, you can develop pure love for Krishna. Just by reading Krishna book, you can develop pure love for Krishna. Firstly, because it's all about Krishna, and Krishna Katha is so powerful that it will transform our heart. But secondly, because it is written, actually spoken by someone who has love for Krishna, Srila Prabhupada. And his love and his Krishna consciousness is, emanating from this book, and you will get affected. And maybe you realize this, that you are now loving Krishna. Actually, you should realize you love Krishna. Maybe we don't have love for Krishna like the Gopas or the Gopis or like this, but you have some love for Krishna because you say, oh, Krishna is very nice. Or you say, Krishna is really cool. actually looks very beautiful. You have appreciation for Krishna. Or you say, actually, I like Krishna. You might not say, oh, I love Krishna with all my heart. I don't want anything else but Krishna. But at least you say, oh, no, actually, Krishna, I like him. He's really nice. He's such a nice person. And this is already a love for Krishna. It's like part of love for Krishna. So we have already love for Krishna. So you can see, oh, actually, it works. I believe in Krishna. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has wonderful pastimes. He has wonderful qualities. I believe in all that. He's my Lord. And one day I want to really serve him in the best capacity. And all by the mercy of our acharyas. It's not that we are so great. It's because the acharyas, they give us the opportunity. It's called mercy. So do you love Krishna? Yeah, to some degree. Yeah. And so you see the process works by hearing about Krishna, reading about Krishna. There's appreciation, and that will grow into stronger love. And then, as Prabhupada says here, there will be a certain specific focus in the spiritual life. Right? In the beginning, it's, oh, I like Krishna in all his situations, but then there will be a certain appreciation for a bhakta or a kind of devotee. You say, oh, these gopas, how they love Krishna, how they serve Krishna, how they joke with him, this is especially attractive. And you will think, actually, Rupa Goswami says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, as advanced devotee will think then, this is also how I would like to serve the Lord. This is very dear to me. This is also how I would like to serve the Lord. Yeah. So we can see that the process works, but it only works in such a degree if we do the process, if we do it. And this is called Shravanam Kirtanam. And so this develops Smaranam, remembering the Lord. So we should engage in, as much as possible, hearing about Krishna, hearing and chanting about Krishna. And there might be times when we are not so fired up and a little bit tired or it's difficult, but we should stay focused. Our sincerity is shown how much, even in difficult situations, we stick to Krishna. So that means you have to become a sadhaka. A sadhaka is someone who practices regularly, daily, his certain, duties, spiritual duties. Certain amount of rounds you have to chant every day, and you have to read every day. And when we don't do that, we cannot expect so much. What can you expect if you don't do anything? No, Krishna's merciful. Maybe you wake up once, you sleep in at 8, 9 o'clock, or you wake up with Krishna Bhakti. Krishna's merciful. Can happen. Prabhupada says can happen, but it's rare. Should not expect it. Shouldn't be your sadhana. It's my sadhana. Yeah, this is my sadhana. I just do nothing. And I just wait until Krishna consciousness drops on my head. No, it's not the regular process. Our regular process is that what Prabhupada gave us, and we should be very serious about that. Yeah, this is very, very wonderful. So Krishna rewards all the devotees equally according to their different intensities of love for him. In the material world, the same reciprocations of feelings are there, and they are equally exchanged by the Lord with the different types of worshippers. The pure devotees, both here and in the transcendental abode, associate with him in person and are able to render personal service to the Lord, and thus derive transcendental bliss in his loving service. As for those who are impersonalists and who want to commit spiritual suicide by annihilating the individual existence of the living entity, Krishna helps also by absorbing them into his effulgence. Krishna is the supreme Sterbehelfer. How's it called? Euthanist? Or the euthanist? Euthanasianist. Prabhupada said here, those who desire spiritual suicide, Krishna absorbs them in his effulgence. Okay, if you want that. Yeah, but it is not that they are dead, your soul cannot die, but it's just not able to go into this personal relationship with the Lord. But it's possible. Prabhupada condemns it as spiritual suicide, but says, yeah, it's an opportunity. Such impersonalists do not agree to accept the eternal blissful personality of Godhead. Consequently, they cannot relish the bliss of transcendental personal service to the Lord, having extinguished their individuality. Some of them who are not firmly situated, even in the impersonal existence, return to this material field to exhibit their dormant desires for activities. They are not admitted into the spiritual planets, but they are again given a chance to act on the material planets. For those who are fruitive workers, the Lord awards the desired results of their prescribed duties as the Yagyeshvara. And those who are yogis, seeking mystic powers, are awarded such powers. In other words, everyone is dependent for success upon his mercy alone, and all kinds of spiritual processes are but different degrees of success on the same path. So when I read it, I thought, yeah, Prabhupada really knows what he's talking about. And I remember one amazing story also connected with a flower garland. And it's a story what was told by the first disciple of Srila Prabhupada. You know who's the first disciple of Srila Prabhupada? No. No. Yeah, Acharya Prabhakar. Yeah, he was the first disciple when Srila Prabhupada was still in India. And it was in Chanzi. And what was Prabhupada doing there? Yeah, he had the precursor of ISKCON, which was he called the League of Devotees. And he called it League of Devotees, kind of in how to say, because he had this prototype, or how to say, they founded the United Nations. When the United Nations after the Second World War was formed, it was called the League of Nations. I will explain it was called League of Nations. They come together, all the nations of the world, after a terrible Second World War, to prevent war. So all the representatives of the war, we come together in this council, and we can always talk about it, so it will never happen again. Which obviously didn't work out. So many wars were still there after the Second World War, so Prabhupada criticized it also. But that was in the time. So Prabhupada saw when the Gaudiya Math was not so functioning so well, he founded his own movement because he wanted to serve his guru, and he called it a League of Devotees. And in this place in Chanzi, some small place in India, he rented some place, and there he started doing the same thing what he was doing also in America. And this was the first disciple, Acharya Prabhakar. And there is a memory, and I don't know, I forgot the name of the devotee. This Acharya Prabhakar told this one devotee, and it's in the memories, the story, a certain story. And it was on some Chamastami day. And this Acharya Prabhakar went out to some celebration, and Prabhupada stayed in the temple, in this Chanzi temple, and was chanting and just staying overnight. And then he came back, this Acharya Prabhakar came back, and Prabhupada was in the temple room and was playing Mridanga and was alone and running up and down in ecstasy, chanting Hare Krishna, enthusiastic. You know the story? Just how do you remember? Chanting Hare Krishna, completely ecstatic. And Prabhupada had a big flower garland of, I think it were some, I forgot what the name was, the flowers, but maybe I have to see this, but it was a flower which was not even season, actually. And they are way bigger than the normal flowers. They had double the size. And the whole room was smelling from this flower garland. And Prabhupada was super ecstatic. And then he came and offered obeisances and asked what's going on. And then Prabhupada told him what happened. And Prabhupada said, I was sitting and chanting Hare Krishna for Krishna, Chamastami, all day, all night. And suddenly Krishna appeared. This is what this Prabhu said. And this Prabhu said, this Acharya Prabhupada told me that, and he's not confused or something. He heard this from Prabhupada. Krishna appeared, and he gave me this flower garland. It's quite an amazing story. And then I became so ecstatic, and Krishna disappeared, and I became so ecstatic. Since then, he was running up and down with Mridanga chanting Hare Krishna. I think this is quite an amazing story. So that Prabhupada is an amazing personality, and so he was dictating this purport. He was dictating Krishna book. He knows what he's talking about. When he talks about Krishna, it's not just translation. that he translates Bhagavatam and stories about Krishna. He knows this is my Krishna whom I saw. This is like real person for him. And as we know, it's not the only time Krishna appeared Prabhupada. Actually, Prabhupada at one point even said, yeah, he dictates these purports. He's always there, always see him. This is like, it's a fact. You know? And Prabhupada is not the only person who saw Krishna. There's so many, even in ISKCON, devotees who has some experience with Krishna by the mercy of Prabhupada's process. More or less, the point is everyone can see Krishna. Prabhupada so often says this, or if you become advanced, you see Krishna face to face. You notice when you read Prabhupada's books in English, he says it's very normal for devotees to see Krishna face to face. Quite often says that, or writes that. Because he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, it's true. You can see, he says, you can see Krishna face to face. And the whole Bhagavatam is full of stories where devotees were seeing Krishna face to face. These are not just some mystical, magical, mythological stories. This is what happened. This is why Bhagavatam is so important, to give us faith. To say, oh, I could see Krishna. I could be a pure devotee. I could be really advanced. I can really change. It's in my, I have the chance to do that. And I should use this chance. This is a great gift by Krishna, the holy name. I should use it properly. And I should read the books and all that. So we need faith. That's why Shraddha is so important. Conviction. And this is also the question of how advanced we are. How much faith do we have? And how serious we become because of that. Because I know myself, I'm not serious. I waste my time. I'm not chanting properly. I'm not serious. And my God, what's happening? And sometimes there are these rare moments where I say, my God, what am I doing? Yeah, sometimes Krishna gives this insight and you say, I should really become serious. Life is so short. Life is so short. And the older you become, the more you understand that life is short. The children think life is like eternal. 1 year in the life of a child is like an eternity. Right? But now 1 year is nothing. 25 is already almost over already. It's almost October again. Isn't it weird? It started. A couple of days ago to 25. We were saying, oh, 25. Oh, weird, 25. Oh, it's already 25. Now it's over again. 30 October. What's that? So that will go, and it goes faster and faster and faster, and only one direction. So only going to the end. And at one point we should realize that's true. I will also die. As Yudhishthira was asked, what is the most amazing thing? Everyone knows this, right? This question. Everyone knows this question. How often have we heard that? And we never think about it. What's the most amazing thing? We see so many people dying, but we think we will never die. Not me, Of course, I know I will die, but I behave as I would if I would not die. Do you know someone who died? Maybe you don't know anyone who died. You just read a newspaper. Yeah, they write about dying. I never saw that. I don't know what's dying, I don't know, just a newspaper here, there. People die. And one of us knows someone who was there with you, a friend, relative, someone you loved, and now they are not there anymore. Gone. So very soon we will also die. And then it will be very important what we have done in this life. How sincere we were about our spiritual life. There will be shown. And then you will think, my God, I have not done it properly. My mind is not pure enough. I am not ready. Even if Krishna would be here and say, oh, my dear devotee, now you're dying. You will leave your body. Come with me to Krishna Loka, Goloka Vrindavan. And you will say, thank you so much, Krishna, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready. My desire is my family, my wife, my children, my money. I have to. And you will get born again. Krishna says, okay, maybe next life. Be more serious next life. There's your chance. It's not just karma, so to say. What hinders us to go to the spiritual world is our own desires. There's so many stories of different devotees and demigods who got the chance to get some super wonderful result, like the story with Indra, who made some offense and he had to be born as a pig. Indra became a pig. And in the beginning, he thought, my God, I'm a pig now. This is so bad. Yeah, the beautiful Indra. Indra must be really beautiful, powerful, strong, intelligent. And suddenly the body of a pig. But with time, he got used to it and he liked it. And Narada Muni came and said, Indra, it's over. The curse is over. You can go back. You can be again Indra. And he said, oh, that's great, but not now. Look, my wife is pregnant again. The big she pig, is pregnant again. Here are my small Indra piggy babies. Look how cute he is. Here, this is the one. This is the one. Oh, they are so cute. Every parent thinks, oh, my child is so cute. Others might think, I don't know. What have they done? what have they created? But everyone thinks, wow, they're most beautiful. Everything is fine. So Indra said, oh, my piglets, oh, so beautiful. Narada Muni come later. Okay, next year. Hey, Indra, it's over. You don't have to be a pig anymore. Narada Muni, not you again. No, it's so beautiful. Look, my wife was cooking already. Look at the nice meal. Attachment. It's attachment. And we laugh about Indra. Don't we laugh about him? Stupid. Phew. But we are the Indra. Yeah. Compared to a spiritual body, this is also kind of a piggish body. No offense, I don't think about you like this. He looks like no. This is like, what is this? Prabhupada called the material body a bag full of stool, urine, bones, all that stuff. Prabhupada was sometimes very direct, but we're attached. Yeah. So attachment. So we have to be very serious in our spiritual life to get detached, because the end is coming fast, very fast. And I speak just theoretically about it because I don't understand it. I don't understand it either. I just read it. I think it's true. So I warned myself more or less. Yeah. So, let's take the process of Krishna consciousness serious together. Become pure devotees. I hope all of you become advanced devotees. It's to my advantage to be in good association, right? Because good association is created by, advancement is created by good association. So I don't want to talk now too long because you are waiting and you did all kinds of devotional service and all that. But this is a very important point we should remember. Yeah? Become serious. Think about the time when you can do more devotional service. Because now we are all, we have children, duties, money, working. It's our situation. Mine too. My son is 3.5 years old. I don't want to die now. As a brahmachari, I will think, dying, no problem, fine. Let it come. It's now not. Now not. My son, I like him, I love him, small, he needs me. No, not now. So, but we should understand, okay, this shouldn't be forever. We want to finish our material duties. Vanaprastha stage, very important for Grihastas to look forward to that. Yeah. But now we fulfill our duties for Krishna, and one day, naturally, we should become detached. Also, Grihastha ashram, there are certain times for enjoyment, pleasure, love, children, all that. Yes, but it should also, we should get out of the attachment, out of the strong attachment. Also, okay, I understand what actually the purpose is. So this detachment point is very interesting. Maybe I talk about this too much because I'm working on a video now about Mount Kailash. And there are 4 religions who worship Mount Kailash, and they are all completely into renunciation. So maybe it's not the renunciation consciousness. The Jains, who are super into renunciation, is like their process. Buddhist, of course, Shiva worshippers, and others. But it's an interesting point, renunciation, vairagya. What means vairagya? Vairagya means to have no raga, no attachment, no lust, no enjoyment. No vairagya. Yeah, vairagya. tapas. It's also called tapas in Bhagavad Gita. And there's explained how you can create tapas in the body, in the speech, and in the mind. It's very important to practice this tapasya, and through this we become sattvic. We have sattva guna in body, speech, and mind. And for this we have to be very attentive, where we are still a lot in rajas, where there's so much passion, body, mind, and speech. And a devotee actually is very self-controlled and serious. So we work on ourselves, become devotees together, nice sangha, nice association, nice. We have a nice temple here, nice facilities, beautiful deities, of course, and beautiful Radha Krishna deities. Tanakili, yeah, yes, yes. So thank you so much for your kind attention. If you have maybe a question or a comment, then we can do that. But if not, maybe 1, 2 should be there, and then we can go to the next part of the program. Yeah. Any question, comment? Yes.
Understanding that we are Krishna consciousness, and obviously the philosophies which are given, we can reach the level of tyag, or giving up the things that we like, knowing that it is material attachment. But how do we move from tyag to vairagya?
From Tyaga to Vairagya. So you mean Tyaga is just like more like external renunciation, but there's like internal attachment still? Yeah, Krishna explains a lot about this in Bhagavad Gita. He says also that someone who is just kind of pretending or doing it just outwardly, he's called Mityacharasa Uchyate, right, in this verse. Kamendriya Sangyamya, this verse, where it's just in the mind, how to say, still attached. He kind of pretends, and he's called a pretender. It's just superficial, shouldn't be there. And then in another verse he says, what is the verse? Vishaya, what is it? Where it says, Parang drishtva nivartate. How's it starting? Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dinam rasa vacham rasopyasya parang drishtva nivartate. Where he says that you can do this tyaga, but internally there's still a rasa, a taste for sense pleasures, or that what you gave up. But if you develop, and he says parang drishtva, like a higher taste, a high experience, then you can give that up, right? So this is our process. This is our process. We should really work hard on the higher taste and become aware of that what you want to give up, and have a plan to remove yourself from that. Especially if you have some attachment which is really counterproductive to your spiritual life. And you have to really make a plan and stay away from it, and really pray and work and chant and get a high taste and distance yourself. And it's really like this. In the beginning, it's difficult because attachment is strong, but the more time passes by and you don't do it anymore, the more detached you become. And at one point, you almost forget. So we have to only fight through like a beginning situation where we are still attached. But then the detachment comes naturally, and we become free of it.
So, my understanding is correct. Tyag with time becomes vairagya.
Yeah, if you define tyag like this, just external, yes, and then with Krishna consciousness, yes, yeah, okay.
But how do we know we are free of it now? What is the sign?
From a certain attachment,
Internally also.
when you don't think about it anymore, when you don't hanker for it anymore. If you're in a situation where this temptation is showing, you are not touched by it, you are not tempted, it's no issue for you anymore, then you are free from it. Yeah? So many of us, we are doing things which we don't do now anymore. Maybe we are smoking, yeah, or going to some parties, yeah, or listen to certain music which was not so devotional. So if you are not desiring it anymore, there's no thought, I would really like to listen to this music again. And even some car drives by, and this old favorite track of a favorite band is playing, you say, oh, actually I don't want it anymore. I have a higher taste, I want to hear kirtan, and yeah, I'm not attached to it anymore. It's not triggering you, and you're not thinking of it, you're not missing it, and actually you're happy that it's gone. And you're happy that it's gone. You're happy that you don't have to go to parties, before people go to some club or party and dance and drink and the light and everything. Oh, it's so nice. Somewhere, it's like, my God, it's like hell. This is how I envision hell. Dark, smoky. People are like all looking like like Yamadutas. Everyone's drunk. It's like hell, hellish planets. For devotees, it's hellish planets. But before you will think this is like heaven. This is how I envision heaven. My club, like this Berghain. Berghain in Berlin. There's like this. Oh, everyone wants to go to Berghain, this famous club. But now you think, my God, this is lower planetary systems.
So there is no taste for it because you find the
higher taste, and also realization that it is not nice. Yeah. And Krishna consciousness is so powerful that we really get detached of all kinds of things, which were really problematic for us at a certain point in time. When we're like obsessed by certain things, and you even know it's so bad and it makes me suffer, but I would still do it. Like different attachments and addictions or weird ways of thinking or behaviors.
So you should basically not really fight or put energy more in detachment rather than attachment to detachment.
This is, of course, the ideal, but a certain plan for detachment is not bad either. To become aware of the issue, formalize it, like a plan, put it in your calendar, how many days, like streaks, they call it streak, how long are you not engaging with certain things anymore. There is even an Apple app, it's called Streaks. Then you can put in certain things, okay, I want to not read newspaper or this or that, or watch cricket. Now I got you, huh? Not watching cricket, not checking result. I put in the strict calendar. And how many days can you last until you again check how are they playing? Yeah. So yeah, a little plan for this is also not bad. What is the issue? Formalize it, make a plan, but at the same time, of course, attachment to Krishna. Okay, maybe last question. Yes.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for a very wonderful lecture. You were mentioning about Yudhishthir Maharaj and the conversation between Yamaraj, that how he was saying the most amazing thing in this world is people see others dying, but they never realize that this situation will come to them also. So how to realize it is in ourselves actually this, that I am always aware that that is going to come to me without fail.
Yeah, there's a whole seminar. Yeah, it's a whole seminar. It's very important. But I heard once actually Adi Purusha Prabhu, he said there is a certain scientist and he researched and found out that people who regularly think about their own death are more happy. They're actually more happy. So it's an interesting realization. And every religion has some certain process to think about your death, your deathbed, leaving the body, think about you being a soul, just become aware that it's a fact and read Bhagavad Gita, which is all about death. 8th chapter. I would say 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is very important in this regard. And Krishna says that yang yang vapi smarang bhavam tyachatyan tekalevanam tang tang mevaiti kauntya sadadat bhava bhavita. The consciousness in a moment of death decides your next life. And the consciousness in a moment of death is the culmination of all your experiences in life. So we have to be very careful where we put our consciousness to, because this creates the consciousness in a moment of death. And actually it said people who die, and was a doctor, he researched it. I can send you this conversation, very, very interesting conversation. He researched death and near-death experience. And the people, all of them, see the film of life. Everyone heard about this interesting phenomenon? They see their whole life, but not from the subjective point of view, but from the objective point of view. They see really their life as a film, and they re-experience what they felt, and they have a higher judgment and understand this was right or this was wrong. And the emotions of this moral judgment were enhanced. That means if they did something bad, they felt it way stronger in objective sense. Oh my God, what have I done? That was so bad. And the good things they experienced also in a way more intense way. So they had like a kind of divine consciousness, divine judgment. They saw with a divine vision, was my life good or bad? And they see the whole thing. And oh my God, what have I done there? This was so bad. How could I do that? And oh, this was very good. They all saw that. So as devotees, you want to see this movie of life and see, oh, I was chanting, I was doing puja, I was reading, I was kirtan. You don't want to see, oh, I was spacing out with cricket every day, Yes, go for it. I don't know. I know not a single cricket team. I don't know what Bombay. What's their name? Bombay Tigers or something? I don't know.
Mumbai Indians.
Mumbai Indians. Oh, these are the best. Some Mumbai Indians fans here? Yes, this is your team? This is your team, yeah. So, oh, yes, Mumbai Indians. And you see the movie of your life, and you see how you were like, oh, Mumbai Indians, Mumbai Indians. Oh my God, am I crazy? I want to be devotee, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No, now I'm a cricket fan, Next life, you become a cricket ball, a cricket bat. So, but anyway, here it is with soccer, Bayern München and all that. So anyway, my point is, we have to be careful. And things like this, if we know that, we think twice, what am I thinking now? Where do I put my consciousness? Better Krishna consciousness. Put the consciousness on Krishna. Okay, I see the children, the parents, the hunger, the stomach. I understand. I fully understand. I emptily understand. Okay, so thank you so much for your kind attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Ananda Krishna Prabhu ki
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. So thank you very much to all the devotees for kindly visiting ISKCON Museum, Perain for Vedisha Kultur. We had various services for organizing the Sunday feast. First was the gita dressing, which is done by Her Grace Dankeli Komudi Mataji.
Haribol!
And we had the very beautiful garlands, which were prepared by Her Grace Braja Radhika Mataji.
Haribol!
We have very wonderful gita dresses, which were made by Irina Mataji.
Haribol!
And today we have Sunday feast, so the vegetable cutting was done by Kenil Prabhu, Anil Prabhu, Yashwant Prabhu, Krishna Kartikeshwar Prabhu, and Her Grace Nityamanjari Mataji.
Haribol!
And Sunday feast is cooked by Her Grace Nityamanjari Mataji. Haribol! So we will now proceed for Sunday feast. Hare Krishna.
Haribol! Where are you eating? Here, like? So you prepare everything and serve everything?
Yes.
Then I see just 5 minutes till you prepare?
Yeah.
Because I was not singing. Let's go take up and set into it. Oh, no singing.